Red Bull's Max Verstappen echoed sentiment up and down the pit lane in Monaco that the race's two-stop experiment had failed. F1's power brokers weren't short of feedback in the race's aftermath, with Mercedes boss Toto Wolff calling for more changes in 2026, including an addressing of managed pace and layout modifications. Verstappen's Red Bull team boss Christian Horner said the race was an improvement and strategically interesting, but was ultimately constrained by the circuit's nature. But the Dutchman went one step further and said no amount of pit stops would help, and that further changes could just make Monaco into even more of a contrived farce. "We were almost doing Mario Kart," Verstappen said. "Then we have to install bits on the car. Maybe you can throw bananas around. Yeah, I don't know. Slippery surface." Aston Martin technical boss Adrian Newey says the squad could be 2 years away from having a correlated simulator, citing it as a limitation upon his first appearance for the team in Monaco. Aston Martin's fortunes were boosted in Imola with a major upgrade for its beleaguered AMR 25 that included a floor, diffuser, engine cover and beam wing that lifted both of its drivers to their best qualifying results this year, both inside the top 10. But the squad hasn't nabbed points since China, with double world champion Fernando Alonso yet to score. Newey is focused on 2026 with a separate team for the current car, but team boss Andy Cowell says his colleague is looking at what the squad needs for the future. "He'll be looking to see what is going well and what is not. It just helps with our jobs and lists of what to work on to become a stronger team," Cowell said. Mercedes says that it expects Barcelona to be challenging, with the team still struggling to keep its tires from overheating in hotter conditions, but will bring updates to potentially offset. Mercedes impressed at cooler weekends in Australia, China, and Japan, with George Russell on the podium at the opening double, but has since struggled for grip at hotter races. And it's expecting more of the same this weekend in Spain.
Barcelona, well, that's a more normal circuit, but at this time of year it's normally hot, so it's going to be challenging for the tyres. There's a lot of fast corners. So we're reviewing what we've learned in Imola. Hopefully we'll be able to make some progress there. And on top of that, we've got some more development coming to the car. So trying to get that all to the car for the European season and what's left of it.
Alpine team leader Pierre Gasly says it's business as usual at the French squad, despite significant change at Enstone. The Miami aftermath was turbulent, with Oliver Oakes gone as team boss and Jack Doohan replaced by its reserve Franco Colipinto, in what Alpine says is a 5-race rotation. But Gasly says the headlines are not showing any of the good work going on at the factory and in the race team, where he sees the potential to move up front in future, especially 2026. Obviously, Ollie is not here. There has been a change with the drives, but in terms of directions and pure work, nothing has changed, said the Frenchman. Staying at Alpine, where Franco Colipinto has called on his very passionate fans to cool down following their aggressive targeting of fellow F1 drivers Jack Doohan and Red Bull's Yuki Tsunoda on social media. Colapinto replaced Doohan from Imola on what Alpine called a 5-race rotation, with re-evaluation after Austria, while Tsunoda was upset to be blocked on track by the Argentine during practice. But while F1, the FIA, and Alpine called on social media platforms and fans to show respect, Colapinto says he is doing his best to calm them down and help them understand it's not the right thing to do. "I know there is some overreacting, and they are very passionate, but they are also very euphoric, and some are a bit aggressive. That's the reality," he said. Racing Bulls rookie Isaac Hadjar has revealed that his mum handles his contracts, with talks yet to start on a deal extension for 2026 and beyond. Hadjar has been a revelation at Red Bull's second team, despite crashing out on the formation lap of his rookie debut in Australia. From round 3, the French pilot has outqualified his more experienced teammate Liam Lawson 5-1, while it's 6-0 in the races. Hadjar also has 15 points to Lawson's 4. Likely cementing his place at the team for 2026 and beyond, though Hadjar says he hasn't begun to think about staying at the team or talks with Red Bull, as it's not something he handles. "I leave this to my mum, and we'll see," Hadjar said. Lewis Hamilton says he's going to continue making movies following the release of F1, the Jerry Bruckheimer-produced Hollywood film about the sport being released next month. Hamilton was co-producer on the F1 film to ensure an accurate portrayal of the sport, but says that he's not yet done with Tinseltown, revealing he's currently working on 3 concepts. Though the Ferrari driver realizes he's gone in very high with his debut. At least 2 of them will be animations, and one of them is already in the phase of the first part of the script, so it's exciting, he said. Hamilton's former team Mercedes also played a big part in the movie, creating the cars raced on track.
We were involved from the, let's say, early moments onwards, developing a car that looked like a Formula 1 car and the bodywork. Our engineers had some fun doing that, and we were involved into the detail.
Goodwood's annual Festival of Speed continues to build on its all-star F1 cast ahead of the mid-July event that will celebrate the sport's milestone 75th anniversary, with Haas set to make its debut. Haas, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary in F1 this season, will be bringing both drivers, Esteban Ocon and Oliver Behrman, and 3 cars, 2 of which, the VF23 and VF24, will go up the hill. Goodwood has already confirmed world champions Nigel Mansell, Alain Prost, and Mario Andretti will attend the event at the Duke of Richmond's estate, held the weekend after the British Grand Prix. "It makes perfect sense for us to celebrate our 10th season in the sport with some of the most knowledgeable and passionate fans in the world," said team boss Ayo Komatsu. The maiden results continued over the Atlantic, with Chip Ganassi's Alex Palou extending his dominant IndyCar run with a win at the 109th running of the Indy 500. His first oval win coming in motorsport's biggest event, and his 5th from the opening 6 races. There were tears even before the green flag, after Team Penske's Scott McLaughlin crashed out en route to the rain-delayed grid. At the start, rookie pole sitter Prema's Robert Schwartzman took the lead into Turn 1 as one of 2025's 23-lap leaders, with a restart needed after Marco Andretti's opening lap crash. But the former Ferrari reserve fell back into the pack and speared into his mechanics during a brutal lap 87 stop following rear brake failure. Palou took the lead with 14 laps to go from the 2022 Indy 500 winner Marcus Ericsson, who was later disqualified for illegal car modifications.
It's amazing to be here, it's amazing to win. There were some moments that I felt really good in the race, but at the end I didn't know if I was going to be able to pass Marcus or not, but yeah, made it happen. First oval win, what a better place.
IndyCar icon Dario Franchitti says that the series' top drivers, including Alex Palou and Pato O'Ward, could make it in F1. Franchitti, a 4-time IndyCar champion and 3-time Indy 500 winner, never raced in F1, with the Scot preferring to remain in America, despite multiple chances for him to make the switch. But he told official podcast Beyond the Grid that he was impressed with Palou and O'Ward when they tested for McLaren in 2022 in the squad's 2021 car, the MCL 35M, and says that IndyCar stars could all shine in F1.
Palou and O'Ward, they tested at the same time, actually, in the McLaren. My understanding was that they were pace-wise over a lap about quite the same, but their team's understanding was Palou was using much less of himself, shall we say, and had a lot of headroom, where Pato was maybe closer to the limit. Pato's pretty spectacular.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.